Get out of the closet.
Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication.
Perfume intoxication, music of the Antichrist, ballad of the root cutters, ballerina come to see ya, Thanatos with love Athena, adrenochrome into your domain and end the war. I'm vying for peace, all things hidden will be revealed. I'm Freddy Krueger with the purple stone. Hail Satan, Medusa's home. I'm in the twilight zone and roots I cut and grow them. Death bubba, you toke it. Take 2 hits and hold it. The witch, she keep you loaded. So good they want Momo it. I spit dragon venom through hell into the heavens. Hot fire is purple. I'm with the ashy ashmen where the horses ride, flying through the night. I'm here for the promises. You'll feel alright. It's a policy. She keeps it tight. Got the costume on all night. I'm with the fumigation company.
Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. This is Initiating Apocalypse. I thank you for coming tonight, and I have a couple of little announcements. I want people to appreciate Teddy Bass. Thank you, Orpheus, for the tunes. We have put together, and when I say we, I mean they have put together for you a study group. And who is they? These are veterans who have been through the program. These are people who have walked through intensive Greek, and they are going to meet with you on Saturday on the Myth and Lore site that we're on, what's it called? Oh yeah, Discord, which is aptly named. God, you have to be insane to use it. But the veterans there will answer your questions about those exercises in Unit 1, how you should feel. Should you be having anxiety right now? That kind of thing. They're there. And so far, what I want you to do is I want you to go there, and it is part of your course at U. It is a lab. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's try to crash the Discord, right? Chewy, you're going to post that. You're going to post that thing somewhere, right? It's going to be somewhere. Post it now, right? And Saturday is the day for your lab. Saturday is the day for your lab. Sometime during the semester, as you're working through the course, I want you to stop by on a Saturday. Let's see if we can crash that thing. We have the largest ancient Greek course in the world. Everybody, it's you. We did it. You know what we did? We sent a message to them. We're coming for you. Fantastic. Let's get into it tonight. I know there's some stuff here that people want to talk about. We're going to have some comments first, because believe it or not, I read comments and email, and people send me email, and I cannot respond, but I take every piece in my brain and I say, look at this, look at that. It's like listening to 1,000 different voices from all over the place. I love it. Oh God, keep sending me the email. I love it. The good stuff, the bad stuff, the naughty stuff, the proper stuff you can read in the privy. Let's do that. Keep sending it. What about your comments? I want to put a couple of comments. Yes. Go to the top first. There we go, Chewy. Hit it. Thank you, Amen, for making me aware of this dark alley, I surely would have gotten. You would have. They'd have gotten you good. But now you're free. You know what I mean? The blinders are off, baby. You can see. We'll be like gods, knowing good and evil. You want to see tonight some good and evil? I'll show you. This is uncensored good and evil. Hail the muse. You too, buddy. Give me the next one. Look at this, people. If they don't get on to spank this guy, oh, please, anytime I can spank, I am more than ready. While showing him the simple Google search for biblical Hebrew, right? How many words did it have? Right? Do you see where we are? This is where you get when the dark ages return. This is where you get. It's amazing. You mean people just believe things just to believe them, even though it's contrary to reason? Yes. Watch. Oh, I have a good one for you. Give me the next one. Oh, Semiramis, by the way. Yes, Semiramis. Lady Babylon. Love it. Almond ruffled a lot of feathers. I love it so much. You can tell who goes into the research trying to learn and who goes into it trying to prove a point. Well, Corporal Clegg, you're exactly right. And that is not how the museum is, right? The museum is there to preserve that site, to preserve that evidence, to allow you to look at it and say, what were these people doing? Right? You don't want to go and listen to the dude about the aliens. Oh my God. Oh God, those aliens. It's the ones with the heads, the big heads. We're back. Watch this, people. What are we doing? We're dealing with people who are part of a system, and we're getting all sorts of stupidity. Let me tell you something. It's just ideas. Don't worry. It's ideas, and you can cut right through that. Fantastic. Look what he says on the second line here. Wait, go back. Yeah, there we go, Chewy. Almond is a role model. Thank you. Yes, for all scholars, and he's setting the bar higher than any apologist can reach. Do you want to see an apologist? Let's expose an apologist right now. Are you ready for this? This is about genocide. Okay? This is the child sacrifice to those who worship the great destroyer of children. Oh, hit it. No, not that one. Oh, Chewy, look. Oh, God. It's the film. Hit the film. Hit the clip. There it is.
The more difficult problem is the children. How could God command that the children be killed because these are innocent? And I think what I would want to say there is that God has the right to give and take life as he sees fit. Children die all the time, every day. People's lives are cut short. God is under no obligation whatsoever to prolong anyone's life another second. So he has the right to give and take life as he chooses. Moreover, if you believe, as I do, in the salvation of infants or children who die, what that meant was that the death of these children meant their salvation. They were the recipients of an infinite good as a result of their earthly phase of life being terminated. The problem is that people look at this from a naturalistic perspective and think life ends at the grave. But in fact, this was the salvation of these children and would be far better for them than continuing to be raised, say, in this reprobate Canaanite culture. So I don't think God wronged anybody in commanding this to be done. He didn't wrong the adults because they were deserving of capital punishment. He didn't wrong the children, if there were any that were killed, which we don't know, because God has the right to take their lives. And in fact, they were the recipients of a great good. So I don't think there was anybody that was morally wronged in this affair.
So, what is happening? The salvation is the death of the Philistine. The salvation is the death of the child of Canaan. I see. We pray to you, Lord Jehovah. We bring you this sacrifice. Yeah. Now, for those of you who were disturbed by that cultic death of the Dark Ages, look in the forecast. Look in the forecast and what's coming. Read the signs. Yeah, that's right. Tonight we're going to go sign reading. I'm going to take you all into the life of the prophet, the haruspects, the one who sees the future. And I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm going to show you how it's done. And I want you to understand the evidence. I'm not selling you anything. Right? I'm not selling you. Everybody out there, right? F the money. Right? Okay, here we go. Here we go. And by F, I mean forget. Here we go. Give me that last comment. I want one more because this I thought was important. Look, people, this was the first, the scariest. And then after that, the least scary comment that I've ever received. I'm Christian. Fantastic for you, Rob. Fascinating stuff. Because you used to believe in Jesus, you're going to heaven. That's how awesome God is. I hope to see you there. Me too, Rob. I hope to see you there. And the whole time, I'm going to be pointing at Jesus and I'm going to be saying, where's the naked kid that you were with when you got arrested? That's what I'm going to be saying. If that's your heaven, Rob, if that's your heaven, whew, have at it. Because you know what? I'm going to love doing it there as much as I'm loving doing it here. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. Hit it to me, everybody in the chorus. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. That's right. One quick note of happy birthday to Jesus, and we're going to hit the sermon. Give it to him.
Yahoo.
Oh,
Yahoo. When's your birthday? Everybody. Happy birthday to Yahoo. Happy birthday to Yahoo. Happy birthday, Elohim Hashem Jehovah. It was in the 3rd century.
great. Now we've purged, right? Now we're going to step out of the capsule. We've gone back in time, and where I've taken you tonight is we're going to sneak in. We saw a little bit of Paul last time. Right now, we're going to wait. We're going to watch Paul as he's walking around. This is St. Paul. We're going to see, what is this guy doing? We know he just got high. He went to that third heaven, and he had his apocalypse. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to look at who he's going to associate with. We're going to look at their relationships, and we're going to look at what they're doing. Paul is going to give you the biggest key to understanding the ancient mystery, and nobody has seen it before now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hit it. Boom. Hit me with it. People, what is this text? It's the letter. It's the letter, right, to Philemon. And it says, hey, it's Paul here. And you remember me, I'm the prisoner of Jesus Christ, right? Oh, and here's my buddy, Timmy. Timmy's my buddy. And who am I writing this to? I'm writing this to Philemon, right? I'm writing it to he's such a great guy, and he's all jazzed up, and he's working with us. And his sister, Opphia, right? Oh, and who's that guy? Who else are we writing to? Oh, Archippus. Who's he? He's that fellow soldier, baby. He's got your back, along with all the people that meet with you guys when you meet. Hello to everybody. That's the beginning of the letter. Now, who is this kid, Timothy, that Paul is with? People don't realize it because you see St. Timothy, right, and he's got and no. Give me the next one. Boom. Don't let him, Tim. This is Paul talking to Tim. Timmy, come here. Don't let them look down on you because you're so young. Give me the next one. Don't let them look down on you, little guy. How old is Timmy when he's working with Paul? He's a teenager. And that is not unusual. They're taking these kids with them everywhere on all the missionary journeys. They're taking them. Jesus can't go anywhere without 12 of them following him. Am I going to show you the lace stays tonight? Oh, I am. I'm just keep rubbing this baby in, just rubbing it. It'll absorb. And when it does, it's going to burn. Let's do it. Give me the next text. Here we go. So back to Philemon. What does he say? Okay, ready? Now, now's the time for those of you who are squeamish to step to the back. Okay? Get your bags out. We don't want any splashing. What does Paul say? All of this is for your koinonia. Your koinonia. The koinonia of your faith. Paul says, I want it to be energetic. I want it to be engaged in the knowledge of everything good in you by means of the Christing. Okay, remember, these are cultists. These are mystery cultists. And the power of the Christing is a big deal. We're about to see. You're about to get to see the relationship that is at the middle of Christianity and Judaism. Wow. Let's do it. Give me the next one. Here we go. We're going to get in deep. Are you ready? What do you mean? You want this thing to be energetic. You want it to be active. Like, what do you mean? Like a medicine or a drug. You mean this is a medical term? Oh, everybody, DuckTales Dan, close your ears. They're using medical terms. Oh, God. That felt good for some reason. And I'm not usually, gets my goat to have to deal with that right away. Oh, here we are. Penelope, we love you. We're bringing you on early. Please show everyone who's come tonight what the cross hides. Please. Thank you, Penelope. Get some sleep, sweetie. All right, let's go to the next one. Boom. What is it that Paul wants to encourage the development of? He wants to encourage the development of koinonia. And Christians will run around and they'll say, oh, yes, let's go to my koinonia club. Right? What is it? It's an association or a partnership. If you look down this thing, you'll find out it has to do with marriage, human society. Give me the next one, please. Chewy. Boom. And what? Sexual intercourse. Does that say sexual intercourse? Sexual intercourse. Bacchus. Look, he's right here. The God's right here. Yay. It's the mystery. And what's that say in Greek? It says the koinonia is something that you enter into, right? What are you entering into into it for the sake of the beauty of the right. And who's it with? It's with a gunikos. It's with a gunikos. Okay, wait. So this fellowship of the mystery, I'm starting to smell something. Did somebody leave their underpants somewhere? I think historically somebody has left their underpants, and we are about to find them. Are you ready for historical underpants? Give me the next one, please. Go for it. People, this is I told myself today, I was like, you gotta get these people jazzed up with the dirtiest. Look what's, and you know, because that's what the Bible's for. Look at the koinon. This is the same root as koinonia, right? But what is the koinon? It's that which is bdelukton or akatharton. What? Bdelukton is pollution. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It doesn't smell so good. It's not purged, right? That cup of abominations, that is what they're taking from. They're taking that from this, right? The bdelugma, or those pollutions. You got it? Are we all in the right place? Hit the next one. Hit the next one. Boom. And why are we doing it? For the sake of the Christon. Remember, this is all within the right. Yeah. Let's see the relationship. Let's see what's going on between Paul and this dude and another young slave dude. We haven't met him yet. Yeah, we haven't met him yet. Come here, Onesimus. Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me. Paul says, look, man, I've had a lot of fun, right? And you've supported me with your love, right? Why? Because the splankna of the saints is rejuvenated by you, brah. That's a direct translation. It even says, brah. Now, what it does. No, Chewy, it does. That's the word for bruh. No, I'm serious. Oh, Chewy. Here we go. Now, what is he doing? What did he do? He said, this is all because you rejuvenate my splankna. What is going on between these people? Give me the next one. Let's find out. Watch, people. Hang on. For those of you who are interested in mysteries, puzzles, that kind of thing. Mystery in the modern context. This is it. Watch the flow of this tonight and where you end up. Now, it may make you sick. It may make you a little bit sick, but okay. Are you ready? Splanknon. You know you love it. What is Paul talking about with the people who are saved? Their what? Their inward parts, especially the heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, which in sacrifices were reserved to be eaten by the sacrificers at the beginning of their feast. Okay. We got organs. Any part of the inwards. Spleen. Uterus. You know, they use this word for uterus. I tell people there's like 18 words for uterus in ancient Greek. And they're all like, whoo. Some of them are, what? The matrix. Oh, God, it's gorgeous. This is one of them. This is an organ that you eat. Why? When you're trying to prophesy. You thought all the vampire enthusiasts out there just go like, huh? Right? Oh, watch the blood, baby. Give me the next one. They're also the children. Look at the Greek people. Splankna, legonta. What are children called? They're called those organs that the prophets, like the haruspeks, eat. We call them children. Nummy num num. Give me the children. Wait a minute. Is this really going to go there? Is it really? Watch. Just watch. He's the one saying it. Now, for those of you who are getting mad, he thinks this and he's the one who's saying this stuff, not me. Right? I'm just here because this place belongs to the devil. Yeah, fantastic. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. You can even turn that word into a verb. You can splonknelo someone. You mean you can eat the innards of a victim after a sacrifice? Yeah, but look at number 2. You know what happens when you do so? You become a splonknoscopia enthusiast, right? A splonknoscopiast. What is that? Look, I'm telling you, these are big Greek words. Big ones. Open up your mind. It means to prophesy from the inwards. From the inwards. From the inwards. Okay. Is anybody else getting hungry? Let's take it. Let's see how this works. Give me the next one. I'm ready for it. What is that splanknon? It's the seat of your affections. It's your anger. It's that drive. I want you to look at a couple of lines that you see in here. It's of love. Of love? Your splankna have something to do with your love? And Paul is talking about this? Yep. Watch what happens. Give me the next one. One of the lines has, go back. We got to show them which line. This is 7th. Look at the 7th line down, people. Anoistrethes. Now, DuckTales Dan or Captain Kip came up and said, hey, none of this stuff is overlapping and these words don't exist. And, they don't matter to us Christians, right? Look what's going on when we try to explain Paul. We get drawn right into it. You get linguistically drawn. I'm sorry you guys didn't know this. It's not a magic trick. There are those who can do it and who can read the text, and there are those who don't. Right? They just don't have it and they don't do it. Some of those that don't do it like to pretend that they do. And that's where I come in. And that's where any of you who wants to meet me on the field of battle, one-on-one, I'll take your apology and I will shred it. You'll be so glad to be done with that interview. Oh, God. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. I love this. I'm getting bloodthirsty. Look at anoistreto. What's it mean to goad to madness? And we see it in Euripides Bacchae, having been put into that state of madness. But here's the quote that he has, and it talks about love and the splankna with the love. Give me the next one. And here's the problem. Look at this second line in Greek. It starts on the first line after the semicolon. Paidos hupos planknoisin ehepothon. That's Theocritus. You see the splanknoisi there? What's he talking about? He's talking about a dude who has desire under the control of that little boy's splanknon. Let me say it again. And this is Hellenistic, by the way. This is Hellenistic, 3rd, 2nd century, right? BC. So, okay, I'm getting it. This is the birth of the koine that became so popular. There's other koines, like there's an Ionian koine at an earlier time. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. There's Dorian. This is the koine form of Greek that became very popular, and this is how they're using these words. I am going to get desire from that splanknon of the kid. Who is saying this? Couple of rappers. Yeah, in antiquity, and very famous ones too. And they're talking about another famous dude who sings about astronomy. And he's got an interest in this girl. But you know, there's always that burning for the splanknon. You know what I mean? Paul knows what that is. Paul confesses it. Give me the next one. If Paul was one thing, he was honest, baby. Yeah, we won't give any. Give me that. There we go. Here's the conversation. I just want you to see. He loves that myrtle is her name, right? Just as much as goats love the spring, right? But what happens? He has that pothon, that desire, right? And it's driven by that splanknon of the child. Give me the next. Boom. And there's the line. For those of you who just want, I'm not making it up. There it is, right? He has that desire, right? And he's driven by that splanknon of the kid. Okay. I just said it 3 times, right? It's got to happen. Poof. Out of somewhere, thin air, there has to come that naked kid that was with Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Hit me with the next one, Chewy. Now, who are we talking about? As we're going to investigate now the splanknon and what it is, and what Paul is saying about it, and what he's revealing for the first time tonight. Look at who we're talking about. We're talking about cultists who are active in the mystery, like Heracles, who Aristophanes clearly pointed out as a victim of the dude that educated him. And that dude was Chiron. And he had a whole bunch of other students too, very famous ones. And what does Aristophanes say? He says, puts in the mouth of Heracles, he says, who's knocking down my door? What do you come here like some kind of kentauron? You come here like his master did? Because what are they known for? They're known for their brutality. They're known for their excessive brutality and uncontrollable passions. A lot of times they're presented with the ears of satyrs. Yeah. Why? Who are the satyrs? Those are the guys with the constant, we don't have them anymore, but it's a constant. They take a pill and they get a constant erection. Yes. Yeah. Who's this guy? Chiron. Let's go to the next one, please. Nope. That's not the right one. Boom. Nope. That's not the right. That's it. Boom. Well, we know. What do we know about the Kentauron? Well, we know that they at least, now I want you to focus on the anthropology here. Right? This is not, we don't care about myth. Right? We're historians. We want that actuality. Just look at it anthropologically. What do you call somebody when you call them a Kentaurophonos? You call them one who slays centaurs. Okay, Heracles. Did you know Heracles was the pederast killer? He was. Give me this hero's next thing. Give me this hero's next clip. Watch what happens, people. Kentauros. Well, they're a savage race, right? There's that brutality again, and they give you the place that they live. Again, anthropologically, just pay attention to what's going on. Boop, boop. Oh, wait a minute. What's the last word in that paragraph? HSCH. That's Hesychius. You mean he talks about what a kentauron is or what a kentauros is? Yes, he does. Look at, he says brigands. Brigands. Give me the next one. What do you mean, brigands? I don't trust these Victorians. They always screw things up. So I'm going to the source. Victorians. You're so proper. You're so proper. You can't even talk about the pederast without obscuring the history. Feel it. Feel it across the pond. Feel it. Kentauroi. Who are they? Everybody look at the first word. Leistai. Now, for those of you who haven't been around satanic initiation for long, haven't been watching Lady Babylon for long, for those of you who caught up the last couple of weeks, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? This is an ancient Greek lexicographer who is defining Greek for us so that we don't have to go through the Victorians and all their privy business, right? And all the psychological stuff they had going on. We'll go right back to those crazy Greeks. And here he defines it. Kentauroi, what? They're leistai. They're leistai. Isn't that nice? That's the plural for leistes. Who was the Kentauros? Jesus Christ, Paul the Apostle. They were Kentauroi. And that's why Jesus comes into the garden when he's getting arrested, raising his hand, saying, I am not a leistes. Yeah. Okay. Do you understand? There are people who kill these people. Yeah. Once you've been in it, it must give you some kind of passion. Yeah, must give you some kind of passion. Good. Other people were sad. Achilles was like, oh, right. It involved poison and stuff. That, you know what everybody knew Chiron for in antiquity? Is his drug knowledge, right? He was known as an exquisite physician, but particularly he was known for his amazing understanding of drugs and how they work. Yeah, he's the one who has the poison that kills Heracles, right? Ultimately. Yeah, he knew where to get it. He's got that serpent in the breast. He knows. Right? Okay, everybody see the cult? Hit me with the next one. Let's keep this going. Now, people, it's going to get weird. It's going to get weird. And I'm going to try to get the people in the back row. Are you ready? This splash is going far. Okay, and it's a little bit smells like this. What do they call it? That stuff. I don't know. I think that there was a Santorum or something. Kentauros. How is Hesychius? Oh, did we read the rest of that definition? We didn't. Oh, we skipped his phase. Hang on. They've got to see this. He told me. The devil told me. No, they must see that one. Watch, guys. He says they're leistai. These Kentauroi, right? Like Paul and Jesus, they're leistai, and they're titanes. They're those titanic powers. That's who you're getting. You're getting somebody possessed by those titanic powers. You remember that older generation of divinities when the sons of God came and they taught us all about the drugs. You weren't there, devil was. Watch what happens. Kai hoi paiderastai. Who else are the Kentauroi or the leistai? They are the pederasts. When Jesus Christ, don't change it. When Jesus Christ said in the Garden of Gethsemane, I am not a leistes, he was disavowing the pederasts who were involved in the circles of prostitution. He was disavowing it. He was saying, no, that's not me. He still got crucified with two other pederasts, right? Now, how did I just show? How? People ask me. Somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago, asked me, how is it that people have not caught up with this? How is it that you, sir, could suddenly have an avenue to this knowledge that nobody had? That's because of the muse. If you don't respect the muse, you get jack. You get jack. That's what this is, right? This is a dude writing to us from antiquity to tell us that your Jesus Christ was a pederast. At least he was saying when he was arrested, I'm not a pederast. I mean, I don't know if that makes you feel any better. I don't know, but look at the last three words. Apo tu oru. Isn't that nice? What is the oros? I want everybody to, let's go to the next one. It's from oros, right? What does that mean? Well, again, he says Kentauros equals the oros. Well, I'm dying to know. Tell me, what is an oros? This is where they're getting it from. He's telling you the derivation of the word is that it comes from oros. Oh, fantastic. Let's see what it means. The end of the os sacrum. Oh, man, I knew it was going to go here. I told you. Wasn't he a senator or congressman, that Santorum guy. End of the os sacrum. Yeah. Look at the little word in parentheses after that. It says oropugion. Now, for those of you who aren't big on anatomy, you know, your os sacrum, it's this at the end of that little, you know, tailbone, and you've got your buttocks underneath it, you know, your back above it, right? Look what Ammon gave us. Ammon said it's identified. Well, he does that in Athanasius, right? But later down, we get identifies with Tauros, right? Identifies with Tauros. Look at number 2. Generally, it's rump. Are people comfortable with that? I got a little comfortable with rump until I looked down and I saw in the parentheses the very last word is ura. And I know what that ura is. That is what the devil used to bring a third of the angels with him. That's what he did to his kingdom. He brought a third. He did it with his ura. He did it with what? Now, it's typically translated as some kind of tail or something, right? But let's find out what it really is. Keep going. Keep going. What is that Tauros? For those of you who think I'm making this up, look, if you just look up Tauros in the Oxford, look what they say, bull, right? Everybody could hear that. Taurus. We all know Taurus, right? It's also a priest of Poseidon. Cool. It's kind of a boat. It's a sign in the zodiac. And then number 3, what does number 3 say? It equals cojones. Cojones. Oh, that sounds bad. Also, the pudenda muliebria. Now, what's funny is they switched into Latin so it wouldn't be dirty. Yeah. What are the pudenda? Well, we call them the pudenda too. Look it up. And muliebria just means of women. It's the female pudenda. That pudenda comes from the word pudor. Pudor is something that you hide. Something you hide. It's the hidden bits. Look what they're doing. Maybe those Brits with their privy parts were closer than we think. Nice job, right? One for me for spanking Brits so much. Oh, you got to realize that sometimes they get it. Let's go. Privy parts. Wait, back one. And what is it? What else is it? Take off that. It's the male idoion. Wait a minute. This thing that the devil has that's called the bull. It's also the pudenda, and it's the idoion of the dude. The idoion is well, what would you call it? I think the scientific term is penis. Yes, it is. It is. Yes. Okay. Let's find what the cojone is, because that sounded a little bit rough. See what we're going. We got to track Paul to his word. What is it? Here we go. Aha, we found it. It's the perineum. It's the perineum. For the scientists in the room, you probably just, right? What is the perineum? The perineum is the space between your anus and your private parts. Wait, the bull. Are you going to watch my splachna? Okay. Very bottom here, second to last line, glutoi, right? Bottom. Your glutes. We get our glutes from that. Okay, so we are where are we, Ammon? We are sitting there hovering above the perineum, watching the mystery. Sorry. Okay, give me the next one. Look at what happens to centaurs. You can talk about their clan, or you can talk about their blood. That's interesting. Not really, but I wanted you to see that there's famous centaur blood. You didn't think we were going to get into the mystery cult without getting into blood, did you? All right, give me the next. Here we go. more centaur. Watch this, people. The centaur is that savage race. It's that half human being, half horse thing, right? But then look at number 4 and include it not only. Okay, let's wait on the paiderastes, but look at number 2 at the very bottom. The pudenda. Once again, what is the fascination with these people? Well, anthropologically, look what they're doing. Right? You see exactly, the language betrays everything about who the culture, who the people are. Betrays everything. A paiderastes, from the brutal sensuality ascribed to the centaurs. Did you know what that centaur did to Heracles? Do you know what he did to Jason? You want to know why Jason knows drugs so well? Oh. Some drugs you can be shown. Oh my God. Sometimes I can't do it. Hell, Satan, I can't do this. I'm just like, okay, demons, thank you for the assistance. Thank you very much. But it's getting so gross that I don't want to continue. It's for you, congregation, that we continue forward. We press on. Watch what happens, because we're going to see what Paul does to this kid. Just wait. Give me the next one. Boom. What's a paiderastes? We're going to go into that next one. What's that paiderastes? That's the lover of boys, mostly in a bad sense. We've seen this, right? Oh, yeah. Give me the next one. Boom. And you can paiderasteo. You can perform the action, right? It's quite it's widespread concept here. To be a lover of the boys. Again, these are the concepts embedded in what Paul is using. And when I show you, here we go. Hit the next one. Boom, boom. What are the kentriadae? What are the kentriadae? I just want you to notice these are priests in Athens, right? Who drove that kentron is that spike again, that thorn, right? And what does that have to do with any of this? Hit the next one. Hit the next one. Oh. Because the kentriadae are based on the same root as the kentauros. Yeah. And what do these people do? They're those who are in charge of, or who are overseers of the mysteries. When you hear in antiquity a dude who's with a kid and he's talking about the mysteries, congratulations, you've made it to sacred ground. You've made it to the place of the paiderastes. You can call him Kentauros, or you can him Jesus. No, it doesn't matter. The language betrays the fact that this friggin' cosmos is ruled by people who believe in a pederast. Moses, show me your backside, God. Show me your backside. You want to know the only thing that initiate gets to see? Give it to me. Hit me with the next one. All the monisms. By the way, the Islam doesn't escape. There are also people of this book, right? So the monist religions of the world, you're anchored. You're built on a foundation of pederasty. Yeah. Is this K21? We are in K21, right? Yep. Okay. So here's Paul again bragging about his apocalypsin, his visions that he's going to be having, his opening of that time, his apocalyptic understanding of the timeline. It's going to penetrate him. And wait, what? What happened? He came to know the mysterion. Right? He came to know the mysterion. Paul is going to tell you how he comes. Hit me. We're almost through. Boom. Hit me with the next one. Watch. He says, in other generations, it wasn't known so well by the sons of men, right? You remember there was a time when we had sons of men and sons of God. Okay. Among those men, right? There wasn't this knowledge. It took a son of God to bring that knowledge. It took a muse. It took a Moses to bring that knowledge. And what are they going to do with this? Oh, God. Look at the last two words. We're talking about prophetais. We're talking about prophets being in pneumati. Do you know what the mystery is for? It's to take a prophet and to put them in pneumati. And do you know what happens when you're in pneumati? That's when you get to the third heaven. I don't know, but I was with someone. I don't know if it was in body or in spirit, but I saw the expanse of the third Uranos. Yeah. Do you know what comes out of that expanse? Venus. That dove comes out. And that's why the devil chases you around, because of your splunkna. It's that kid's splunkna that's driving this. Watch, Paul's going to say that. Give me the next one. Oh, God, oh, God, we are all, they're going to be protect you. What is that mystery? It's the universal creation for those who can share. For those who can share in the Evangelias in Christoi Jesu. And look at the bottom two lines, that first word, Evangelias, and underneath it, Evangeliu. People have asked me, what are the sources? I had somebody, they don't use that way because remember a while ago we said Evangelia is a word that means the power of a prescription drug. The power of a drug that a doctor has given you the recipe for. Use this drug with these components. It's evangelia is its efficacy, whether or not it's going to work. Does it do what it says? Right? Ducktail Dan, here's another medical term thrown right in. Don't be surprised that your people are not totally separate from the rest of the world. You want them to be. You want them to be able to do what they're doing. You want to pay for it. You want them to be able. Guess what? Furies don't care. Genocide is genocide. Here it is, people. Here's a reference for you, 3:6, right? What are these powers that we're going to be partaking of? What are these powers? What are these things? What is the mystery? Watch what he says here, people. He says, I knew that man. I knew it. I don't know in the body or in the spirit. I don't know. God knows. He was snatched up right into paradise. And I heard things that should never be spoken. Yeah. Go. Never be spoken. Snatched up. Okay. This is the world of the vocabulary that you're dealing with Paul and his children. This is the world, the vocabulary that is the world of the Laestes. He's using Laistic vocabulary. Okay, if I told you, I know this guy, and all he does all day is he talks like he's a drug dealer. He walks around, he talks about this and weighing that and selling that and getting this and going there. He's got all the jargon down. He knows kilos and this and that, and he knows all the street terms of these things. He's always using. You'd begin to suspect after a while that the person had that knowledge of that vocabulary because they were involved in the business. Jesus Christ, Paul the Apostle, the author of the Septuagint, that is the Torah, right? The Torah is a translation of the Septuagint. That Septuagint, the author of that, they know the same specialized terms that Paul and Jesus Christ knew, that were involved in trafficking and drugging children. It's all over their writings. It's like a fingerprint. You just take it out. You say, I know Paul the Apostle was here. Yeah, right on the scene. Kids laying there all beaten up. Yeah, watch what happens. Watch what happens. I know it's tough. It's tough to behold, but give me the next one. Oops, did you lose it? Chewy, you've been hitting the Yale again. Kentriadai. Yeah, those are the ones who know the mystery. We got that. Go. Yep. Taken up to the third heaven. We've been there. Let's go to the next one. You know what I'm gonna ask you. You know what I mean? Concerning the boy, I just want you to know he's my boy, right? I made him in chains. Okay, Paul is very affectionate, right, for Onesimon, right? Onesimus. He's very affectionate for him. You see his name on the bottom of the page. Who is Onesimus? He's a kid. He's a kid. And he belonged to Philemon and ran away. He stole some shit and he ran away. And Paul has taken up a real affection for the kid. They met in the penal system in Rome. Yeah, and he was like, dude, weren't you the master? Didn't you belong? Oh, so they got close and they got together. Do you know how it always works? It always works this way. Yeah. You're dealing with the lace days. Okay? We're dealing with lace days. Give me the next one. He wants Philemon to take him back, right? And he says, look, I'll pay anything he stole for you, I'll pay for it because this boy is mine now, right? And he says, look, at one time I'm translating now. At one time, he says, this kid was totally useless. Now, however, he is very useful to both me and you. Do you understand? Okay, good. Chewy gave me the hairy thumbs up. Yeah, let's hit it. Hit the next one. And what does Paul want Philemon to do with this kid? He says, look, I sent him to you, right? Because who's carrying this letter? Who do you think's carrying this letter? Right? Paul's still got, judicial system stuff to work out. Who do you think is carrying this letter? It's the kid. And what has he said? This kid is my splankna. If you are leistes, if you are kentauros, you know what that means. He's my sweetness. He is that tool whereby I am going to prophesy. He is that thorn in the flesh. I don't know if I was actually there. I don't know. Now, all throughout history, there's theologians everywhere who said, Paul the Apostle, he was a very intellectual, very smart guy. And they look up to him, and you've heard sermons. There have been sermons preached for 2,000 friggin' years about this guy who is using children. They've become useful to him because you realize the master was saying what? He was saying, unless you become like one of these little kids, you're not going to enter the kingdom of heaven. Some of you are going to be made eunuchs. Oh, okay. But people, this is how you have to ascend, baby. I told you it would be disgusting. I told you. But this is your reality. This is our text. This is our language. Give me the next one. You're just going to connect a couple of dots here. Look, what is Onesimus? Paul is a little bit of a flirt with the eggheads. And what does he do? He says he makes a little pun. Because onesis is, something that brings you joy, something that is profitable or delightful. Isn't that great? He is my delight. If I walked in with Onesimus and I was like, yeah, he's my delight, baby, and I'm going to lift up those serpents with him, you would think, oh my God, this man needs to be burned, right? Now you know why Paul is going from prison to prison. Now you know why. The apostles are getting caught. Haven't you ever wondered, why didn't they just go to the suburbs and just, have a big church? Why are they going to jail all the time? This is your God. This is the dude who was birthed by the guy who grants us spells. This is the guy. This is Jehovah, the guy who grants us. You know what I'm talking about? He grants us to be able to get together. Did you have that picture of Paul again from last time? Where's that one? Paul and his buddy. Do you have a picture of Paul and his? Paul and Onesimus, the boy who brings you advantage. This is the mystery. Take care of him. Take care of him. Paul's writing a very affectionate letter in a very profitable business. The business of prophesying through the innards of the boy. You mean that's why he had so much knowledge? Yeah. Give me the next one. Ducktail Dan and Captain Kip can never tell you this, because have you noticed that all the sources that we're looking at, this is stuff that they would miss. They haven't studied this. So what is the koinonos, right? In that thing that Paul says he wants to develop with his boy, that koinonia, what is that? That it's a partnership, a fellowship. It is a joining, a union. It becomes the number 2 because it's a joining. It's a union. Give me the next one. Boom. Just see where it's from. Look what Paul says. He says, this is what I want, right? If you're going to put me in this position, take this kid as if you're taking me. So the closeness between the pederast and his object of pederasty is the communion. The communion. You thought, just because you've heard the word communion, you go ahead, fill them with the crazy images, Joey. Just because you thought you've heard the word communion and you sit there Sunday and they say communion, and you vomit out this guttural, visceral response. Communion. I know what communion is. It's you walk up and you take and they give you a little wafer and you paw. Maybe it's a Baptist thing. They have little things of grape juice and they give you a home. You take it. Oh, blood of Christ. Oh, communion. Voila. But distant antiquity. The real Christian communion is between a man and the boy who he is teaching the mystery. Okay? Sometimes you got to have a co-pilot if you want to jump the rift. Hit me with the next one. We're going to go ahead and pull out of this. Watch what happens. And okay, come on, brother. Right? You know what I want. Yeah. Anapau son mu ta splachna in Christoi. What does this thing do? What does the splachna do? It causes you to enter into an asthenia. And that asthenia, that the very bottom of the world, that pre-death inability to function as a living organism. That thing, relief. We've got relief through the splanchna. And how is this all happening? In Christoi. Okay? You are sitting on top of pederasty. You are sitting on top of it. Your culture has preserved it. Hit me another one. Hit me another one. Yea, brother. Now listen to the King James translation that comes out. Yea, brother. Yea. Who the hell says yea? Let me have joy of thee in the Lord. That sounds suspicious right off the bat. Wait, what? Refresh my bowels in the Lord. Refresh your bowels. Oh, God, Chewy, have you ever refreshed your bowels? Now, you're going to sit there and you're going to say, oh, no, this is not as dirty as you are making it. He wants him to refresh his bowels. Okay? Watch what happens. Hit me with the next one. Oh, God, why am I doing this all? Right? This is what Paul says to him. Okay? He wants him to refresh his bowels, which is a terrible translation of he wants him to nourish that kid who is so useful to him. And he wants him to treat him as he treats him. He's sending Heracles out, his student. And there's another pederast that he is giving control over that kid. And he tells him in Philemon 1:22, he says, also, I want you to make me a bedroom because I hope that I can fulfill your prayers and I can charizo you. Wait, what? What's he going to do to him? Is this something pederast on pederast? Is this kentauros to kentauros? Let's see. What is this last? Look at this very bottom. What's Paul want to do? What's Paul want to do to all these people in this house where they meet with these kids? He wants to grant him favors. He wants to grant him favors. Now, you can sit there in the closet all you want, and you can say, oh, dirty, dirty, dirty. You, sir, are dirty. You can sit there and do that. But ultimately, you've got to make a decision. Do I follow where all this evidence is leading? Do I watch the language? Do I learn from the language? Or do I close my ears as a jury? Do I close my ears and say, I'm not going to hear that part? I'm not going to take it into account. Right? That's what atheists do. Watch the language. Give me the next one. Here's the English standard of it. At the same time, prepare a guest room for me, for I am hoping that through your prayers I will be graciously given to you. Now that's what the pederast teacher in antiquity, in the 1st century, in the 2nd century, that's what they say if they know people are listening. What's the raw translation? I'm going to give you erotic favors. And I've got a kid here, and that kid is useful. And I want you to take care of him. Yeah, fantastic. All right, you can see how the lay stays are working. You thought Gangsta P was a little more intellectual, a little more highbrow. No. He's a lay stays just like the rest of them. Give me the next one, Chewy. We're almost finished. I just want to leave you with a couple of thoughts. Here's another boy in there. He's a younger guy, right? But okay, I just wanted you to see there's another one. Right? Give me just so many of these. What's the purpose of all this? Paul spills the beans in Philippians, right? He wants that power of that resurrection and that joining of the passions. Yeah. He's going to morph himself. He's going to take himself into that death. Do you know what you do with your pederast? You get your mortality burned off with the pederast. You know who ultimately made Heracles immortal? Guess who? It was Chiron, through his knowledge of the drugs. Finally, people are going to say, look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. He's talking about all these people on drugs. He's talking about all these Christians, all these Jews, all these people throughout history using these drugs for their religions. There was a time nobody ever teaches on Mark 3:21. Nobody ever teaches on Mark 3:21. You know what this says? The dude's family came after him because he was out of his mind. And who's the dude we're talking about? We're talking about that drug-using Jesus Christ. Give me the last one. Just so you know I'm not making this up. Here's the NIV's translation. When his family heard about this, they went to take charge of him, for they said, dude is out of his mind. I'm telling you, it uses the same verb that's involved with ecstasy. Yeah, the state of being under the control of a drug. Jesus Christ had to be picked up by his family because he's so drugged, he's talking nuts. If you haven't been there, you don't know. This is the dirt. This is the dirt from antiquity. Your religions, you monists, your religions are built on this dirt. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. And everybody, crash that server tomorrow. Come in and ask questions of the graduates who are there. Oh, and it's at 12 Central, 12 Central. Yeah, it's 12 Central. Check it out, and we'll post that. And ask them. Tell them, hey, I'm having problems with this noun. They are your TAs. When I was at university, this is the system. Professor, lecture, laboratories, TAs to help you who've been there. People who have been there. That's all you need is people who have been there. So for people who are calling or sending me the questions and about textbooks and about this and that, all of those questions can be answered. Not only that, but those TAs can tell you, they can say, do not buy a biblical Greek textbook. Our material is far, far more rigorous, complete, and classical. Don't. This kind of thing. They can all tell you. They're veterans. I salute them. I salute Nancy. I salute Ion. We're supposed to be getting fish back. Fish. Right? You guys love fish. Ask for fish. Okay. Thank you very much for coming tonight. I don't want to waste any of your time. So that is everything I prepared for you. I hope you have seen Paul. I hope you have seen the mystery. I hope there is coming a day when this friggin' world gets punched in the friggin' nads and wakes up. Hail Satan.
I never met a girl like you before. Just give me a taste of hot purple. Kiss me in the smoke room. Scythian archers of doom. Spells, weaves, carpets, and looms. Medea Bellissima, my Athena. Death of a creeper. Fashion gibbets for child interferers. Sleep with the devil, and then you will pay. Sleep with the devil, and you'll be taken away. You must pay when you enter the gates of Babylon for all that you did that's wrong. Lexus Rex, Iron Beam, cashing checks, darkness through dreams, purple rain, Athena doing a thing. You can hear me knocking at the door. I'm in the purple suit, Saturnalia, here we go. Wolfsbane, Theory
Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication. Perfume intoxication.